About 2.7 billion years ago, our atmosphere was very rich in carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and methane, with very little or no oxygen at all. Some possible mutation gave a bacteria the ability to feed with carbon dioxide. This was the cyanobacteria. This is how the bacteria was feeding. The cell would capture a few carbon dioxide molecules, each made of one carbon atom and two oxygen atoms that are bound to each other. Then, capture a few water molecules, and by using the energy of the sun, transform these into something different. A sugar molecule, that is now used by the cell as fuel, and some oxygen molecules. The extra oxygen molecules are released as a waste product because the cell has no need for them. This process is called photosynthesis. Other life forms present in that time were anaerobic organisms, which don't require oxygen for growth, and may react negatively or even die in the presence of it. So the oxygen was definitely bad news for them. By doing this for hundreds of millions of years, cyanobacteria changed the composition of the atmosphere. At first the oxygen was absorbed by the rocks and iron in the ocean, which created huge deposits of banded iron rock. This event is called the Great Oxidation event. Then the ocean started gassing up, releasing free oxygen molecules into the atmosphere. With oxygen now being free into the atmosphere, some of its molecules started reacting with the methane, resulting in water and carbon dioxide. Methane is a greenhouse gas that is more efficient at preventing the heat from escaping the atmosphere than water and carbon dioxide, which explains the recent climate changes caused by the increase of methane and carbon dioxide levels into the atmosphere. Back then, with its levels decreasing, the Earth started cooling. It eventually became so cold that it led to what is believed to be the first ice age. This ice age lasted for about 300 million years, and is called the Huronian Glaciation. By doing this, cyanobacteria nearly exterminated all other life forms, and itself. Among the life forms that survived the ice age, were some aerobic organisms that can survive and grow in an oxygenated environment. By consuming the oxygen from the atmosphere, these organisms managed to balance its levels to values that are similar to modern times. Cyanobacteria still had another role to play. Is believed, the prokaryotic cyanobacteria was basically swallowed by a eukaryotic cell, and throughout evolution, they ended up living together. This process is called endosymbiosis. Is also believed that this endosymbiotic organism evolved into organelles like chloroplast and mitochondria. Chloroplasts are responsible for photosynthesis in plants, and mitochondria for most of the cellular respiration process. Cellular respiration is a set of processes that convert chemical energy from food or oxygen molecules into adenosine triphosphate. This compound provides energy to drive many processes in living cells, like muscle contraction, nerve impulse propagation, and chemical synthesis. The process is very important in the cellular world because it generates a very high amount of energy. The same energy that powers almost every living thing on the planet. Plants and flowers. Animals. Even us. Humans. Cyanobacteria changed the course of life, and we probably wouldn't have been here without it. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.